Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're going to talk pickleball, but maybe not just about hitting harder.
Right, we're looking beyond power. We're
Yeah.
diving into strategy, the smarts of the game.
Exactly. How you can, get that edge. Doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you've been playing a while.
Yeah, because looking at skilled players, what really stands out is often their strategic thinking. It can be, well, way more powerful than just raw power sometimes.
Okay,
What's
so
that?
let's unpack that. It's more than just getting the ball over the net.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about like where you stand,
Positioning, yeah.
anticipating the next shot,
Anticipation is huge.
and even some mental games maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Outmaneuvering your opponents mentally. A good place to start, I think, is that key area, the non-volley zone, the kitchen line.
Ah, yes, the kitchen. Everyone
Yeah.
talks about the kitchen.
Right, because controlling that little strip of court,
Mm.
it just has this massive impact on, well, everything.
Okay. And in doubles, the big goal always seems to be getting both players up there, right? To the kitchen line.
Exactly. That's the primary objective, usually. Get both partners there safely.
Why is being there so advantageous? It feels like you're in command then.
Well, think about it. When you're at the kitchen, your opponents, if they're back, they can't hit a volley.
Right.
So that immediately cuts down their attacking options, gives you more time.
Okay.
Plus, you're closer.
Yeah.
Shorter distance to put the ball away, better angles to force errors. If you just hang back at the baseline,
You're just defending.
pretty much,
Yeah.
you're on the back foot defensively. It's a disadvantage.
But I guess you can't just like sprint to the net after every shot. That seems risky.
Oh, definitely not. No, that's asking for trouble. It has to be a controlled advance.
Controlled, okay.
Yeah, you move up when you've hit a decent shot, something that puts them maybe a bit off balance or forces a weaker return, not when you're under attack.
It was calculated.
Calculated. Controlled aggression. Get yourself and your partner set up there, and then you're in a much, much stronger position to run the point.
Okay, so rule 1. Aim to control the kitchen, but do it smart.
Precisely.
Now, once you're established there, or even when you're setting up points, another strategy that comes up a lot is targeting one player.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially in doubles. If you can figure out which opponent is maybe less consistent.
Like a weaker backhand or
So-
slower feet.
Exactly. Maybe they struggle with low balls or their backhand isn't as reliable. Directing more shots towards that perceived weakness, well, it significantly increases your chances.
It sounds a little bit, I don't know, pointed.
It might feel like that at first,
Yeah.
but honestly, it's standard tactics at competitive levels. It's not seen as unsportsmanlike. It's just strategic play.
Okay, it's about exploiting weaknesses.
Right. To force errors or get returns, you can attack. But, and this is really important.
Don't overdo it.
Exactly. Don't be predictable. If you just hammer one person relentlessly, a smart team will adjust. The stronger player might start poaching, or they'll shift their positioning.
Ah, so you mix it up.
You have to. Keep hitting to the stronger player, too. Keep them honest, keep them involved, prevent them from just, camping out to cover their partner.
Right. Keeps them guessing. Okay, makes total sense.
Mm.
Now, something that looks gentle, but is apparently deadly, the dink.
Oh, the dink is huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so much more than just a soft little tap over the net.
it's not just rallying softly.
Not at all. A purposeful dink is a strategic weapon. It's meant to disrupt their balance, pull them out of position.
Make them hit awkward shots.
Exactly. Force them to hit up on the ball, which gives you an opportunity. Or just bait them into making an unforced error. It's about controlling the pace.
And is there a best place to aim these dinks?
Well, a really common and effective target is cross-court.
Why cross court?
Mostly because the diagonal distance is longer. Gives you a bigger landing zone, more margin for error over the net.
Low risk.
Lower risk, exactly. And cross-court shots often create tougher angles for them to return aggressively.
But again, I'm sensing a theme. Predictability is bad.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, if all you do is big cross-court, they'll anticipate it.
So mix it up again.
You got it. Throw in some dinks straight ahead, down the line. Or even dink to the middle sometimes. Try to cause confusion between them.
Creates indecision.
Right. Keeps them off balance, forces them to cover more ground, think more, makes them uncomfortable.
Okay, this is getting more complex now. I like it. What about setting traps? That sounds very strategic, almost psychological.
It really is. Yeah, setting traps definitely brings in the mental side of pickleball. You're trying to make your opponent think you're going to do one thing.
And then you do something else.
Exactly. You exploit their anticipation. You use their own reactions against them.
Can you give an example? How would you set a trap?
Okay, a classic one is, say, you've been hitting consistently to someone's backhand during a dink rally.
Okay, hitting the backhand.
Right. They start leaning that way, maybe anticipating another one.
Yeah.
Then, boom, you hit it quicker and to their forehand side.
Catch them leaning the wrong way.
Precisely. That sudden change, when they're expecting the backhand, often leads to a pop-up or a clean miss because they can't adjust fast enough.
Ooh, sneaky. I like it. What about pretending to be off balance? How's that work?
Yeah, that's a bit more subtle, usually at the net. Maybe you make it look like you're stretching awkwardly for a dink, a slight stumble maybe.
They can think you're struggling.
Right, they see that, they relax for a split second, maybe you expect a weak reply.
And
And
then,
then you execute a really good drop shot or angle it sharply, catching them flat-footed because they thought you were out of the play.
playing possum on the pickleball court. Okay, shifting gears a bit, but still crucial for strategy, especially in doubles communication.
Oh, absolutely critical. You can have all the best individual plans, but if you and your partner aren't talking,
It falls apart.
it really does. You get confusion, missed balls, easy points given away. Good communication is like the glue for a doubles team.
And we're not just talking about chatting, right? What kind of communication is essential?
Very specific stuff. Calling the shot mine, yours, got it.
Hmm.
That avoids the you take it, no, you take it problem.
I hate that.
Or calling switches just a quick switch if you need to change sides defensively. Or even letting a ball go out a clear no or out so your partner doesn't make a play on it.
So it prevents basic errors and ensures you're covering the court properly.
Exactly. It means you're working as a unit, not just two individuals out there. That synchronization is key to executing any double strategy effectively.
Right.
Minimizes confusion, maximizes coverage.
Okay, makes sense. We've focused a lot on offense and setting things up. What about defense? Is there strategy involved when you're just trying to survive a point?
Oh, huge. Defensive strategy is just as vital. It's not always about hitting winners.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best play is just to, well, stop the bleeding.
How do you do that?
A key tool here is the reset shot.
Okay, reset shot. What's that?
It's basically a defensive shot, usually something softer, maybe with some height, aimed back into the opponent's kitchen.
So not trying to hit it hard back at them?
No, the opposite. If they're attacking you hard, banging the ball, putting you under pressure, a good reset shot acts like a speed bump.
Slows things down.
Exactly. It forces them to stop banging and engage in a dink rally again. It neutralizes their attack, gives you and your partner a moment to recover your balance and positioning at the kitchen line.
So it's like hitting the pause button on their offense.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. It disrupts their rhythm, forces them to change gears, and gives you a chance to get back into the point on more neutral terms.
So strategic patience. It's not always about aggression.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Knowing when to absorb pressure and reset the point is a really valuable skill. Counterintuitive sometimes, but very effective.
This has been super insightful. So boiling it all down, what's the main message for listeners wanting to play smarter pickleball?
I think the core idea, really, is that winning consistently in pickleball relies heavily on smart play, on strategic thinking. It's not just about having the biggest serve or the hardest drive.
It's the thinking player.
It's the thinking player. Understanding court geometry, anticipating, knowing your opponent's tendencies, and crucially, knowing how and when to use these different strategies we talked about.
And what's a practical next step? How can people start using this?
Just start being more aware during your games. Consciously think about your position relative to the kitchen. Try to read where your opponent might hit next.
And talk more in doubles.
Definitely talk more in doubles.
Yeah.
And watch your opponents. Actively look for those patterns or weaknesses, the shaky backhand, the slow recovery. Then start thinking, okay, how can I use that?
So the big takeaway as you head out to play next time.
Remember that the smartest player often wins, not just the strongest. Think about how you can apply even one or two of these strategic ideas in your next game. It can make a surprising difference.